with sugar, wheat, and canola oil.
Diabetes.
Hundreds of things, right? And these things are shelf stable. You can make them in China because you know they use only the highest quality ingredients there. And you can store them in a warehouse for a month or two, then put them on a big boat, ship them across the ocean, put them in another warehouse for 6 months, and then put them on a grocery store shelf, and they can sit there for a year. And they're still fresh. And that's because bugs and bacteria are too damn smart to eat that shit.
Wow.
Think about that. Where was your box of cereal made? How long has it been in existence? Ain't no rat tried to chew through that box. They don't want it, okay? So, in the same vein as fragile and anti-fragile, there's starvation, being, just subsistence living, healthy, and optimization. How many of you guys just want to prevent starvation in your current situation? Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to starve, but I don't think any of us are in danger of that, looking around. If you could snap your fingers and say, I want to be just above starving, I want to sustain, I want to be healthier, I want to be optimal, I want to be the best damn me that I can be, physically and mentally, I'm not even going to ask you the question. I know if you snap your fingers what you want. So how do you get there? And what big of a part does food play in that? Okay? That's a very important question. Now, I put slave and citizen and master. If you could snap your fingers, once again, which one would you pick? And I don't mean master in the slave driver bullwhip. I mean master as in master of your universe, whatever that happens to be. It's hands down, right?
I want to be the lion.
So when we look in the paleoanthropological data at human skulls that lived more than 15,000 years ago, and that's an important number, 15,000 years ago, they still had every tooth in their head.
We were just talking about this. Yeah.
The only way they lost a tooth was trauma. How's that possible? Do you think they had Colgate? And water picks and Crest and toothbrush? No. They didn't brush their teeth a single time their entire life, but their teeth are literal perfection. And also, their wisdom teeth somehow magically fit in their mouth. They didn't have to have them cut out.
Wow.
Now, that's very important. Now, but you should be saying, but that's weird. I mean, they lived back then, they didn't brush their teeth. How the hell they got good teeth? But when we start looking at skulls from 12,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, their teeth are janked up. They've got evidence of dental abscesses. The cavities are terrible. Their teeth are ground down to the nub. What happened about 12,000 years ago?
Agricultural revolution.
Yeah. And they don't know yet. They don't know if it was a meteor, asteroid, volcanic eruption, or a combination. We do know that humans, anytime you took us to a new continent, we hunted all the animals. And in many cases, it's been shown we hunted them to extinction because we didn't know better then. But that's not what happened to all of them. Some catastrophic event happened about 12,000 years ago in all the megafauna. So here in Tennessee, if you came here 20,000 years ago, there would be mastodon, bison, camel, yeah, camels, horses, that's right, who said that? Oh, you're smarter than you look. Yeah, there were horses here. No, wait a minute, Dr. Berry, the Spanish brought the horses. Different horses. We had huge, and that's called megafauna. When a mammal is huge and fat and full of good fatty meat, that's megafauna. We had those. There was an armadillo here as big as a Volkswagen. Yeah, just tons of megafauna everywhere. And that's what we hunted. We followed them and we ate them, just like the American Indians in the West used to follow the bison herds. That was their life. They followed their food. And the bison migrated so they could rotate the pastures. They didn't know that, but that's why they were doing it. And also to evade the predators. And American Indians followed them because they wanted the fatty meat. They could have stayed behind and farmed, but that's dumb. But why is that dumb? Okay? So now we get back to starvation. If you are in a starvation situation, I advise you strongly to eat all the wheat, rice, oats, and corn. Eat all the beans and potatoes. Eat all the canola and soybean oil you can get your hands on. Because it'll keep you from starving. If you've got some slaves in your backyard or in your basement, hope you don't. But if you did, you would want to feed them the cheapest diet that would keep their belly full, that would nourish them and keep them about right here. What would that diet be? What would you feed those slaves? And when we look in archaeological history, what were slaves fed? Beans and rice. Rice and beans. Tubers, potatoes. That's what they ate. Did they get any meat? If they stole it, that's it. Or ate each other. That was the two options where they got meat. The masters got the meat because they knew that's where the nutrition was. And when we look back more than 15,000 years ago, that's why their teeth were perfect. And why they had room for their wisdom teeth is because they ate fatty meat. When they weaned a baby off breast milk, what was the first bite of food that baby took? Meat. Mom may have chewed it up a little and kissed it into the baby's mouth, but that's what the baby ate. They ate meat. Everybody ate meat and organs. And so you understand, about 12,000 years ago, our brain size actually started to shrink. Our dental health went to shit. And still is, for many of us, right? How many dentists are in your town? If everybody ate a proper human diet, there'd be one dentist per town. That's it. Nashville might have 10 dentists. That's all you'd need. Because nobody would have cavities. Cavities are 100% caused by drinking or eating sugar or grains. 100%. You remove those from the diet, you eat lots of fatty meat, a little bit of veg, a few nuts, a few berries, there wouldn't be any cavities. Without brushing your teeth. So weird, right? Because I was just talking to a dental hygienist yesterday at another conference in Louisville, Kentucky, and she was just telling me about how brushing and water picking and flossing, and I was being very nice, smiling and nodding. It's like, yeah, unless you eat a proper human diet, then that's all a waste of time. Not that I don't brush my teeth, I do once a day. I do brush my teeth.